Welcome back to Weems Motor Co. It's time to get back on the AHRMA bike and start getting things cleaned up and painted. Stick around. Well, we've been plugging away a little bit on this bike, not a whole lot. You could see that we added some switches in here. Well, a main switch for the battery cutoff, charging port for the battery, ignition system, and we did relocate where we mounted that oil containment system. But now we're at the point where pretty much all of the fabrication is done on this motorcycle, and we need to take it apart, get it down to the bare frame, do some finish welding. All these little brackets up here need to get finish welded. Our bungs where we did the seat mounts, you guys saw the video on that. So once we get that finish welded up, then we can take it and we can get this thing primed up. What we're gonna do is we're gonna spray it down with a high build primer filler so that we can get any of those little casting marks and stuff like that kind of smoothed out. This is a racing bike. I need to always remember that. It's not a show bike. It's a racing bike, but we want to get it as nice and as clean as possible. Last thing you've seen around the shop was us building this 1957 Triumph with Joe. If you didn't watch all of that video, it's really cool. He also had it on his YouTube channel in a two-part series, so make sure you go back and check out those videos. But without further ado, we need to get that welding done, and we need to get this thing fully stripped down to the frame. So let's stop yapping and let's get to work. Alright, got all that finish welding done. Got our wipe down. Well, I got the swing arm wiped down. I still have to wipe down the frame. Got to wipe down with acetone so we can head out back and we can start spraying some primer on it. So let's get out there. Well, I have to tell you something. At least somebody's having some fun out here. Look at that face. What'd you get into, girl? What'd you get into? You playing in the mud? You playing in the mud? So typically I would take these down after they've dried and give them a nice wet sand, get them all smoothed out, but this is a race bike and I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time making a frame look immaculate. That's not what it's about. It's about getting it painted so I can get it together and we can get it on the track. So without further ado, we're going to grab some more rattle can. We're going to do this with Rust-Oleum high gloss black, so it does at least look pretty good, and get it all sprayed up, and then we can get it back in the shop after it's dried for a few hours and go back to reassembling. So let's get to work. All right, it's next day. Everything's nice and dry. We went ahead and put the swing arm in place, got that all mounted up, have some of our new hardware there. These shocks, we're going to disassemble those and clean up this black paint because it's got a little nicks and mars and stuff like that. It does have new bushings in there, and they do work great. I just want to get everything nice and clean, fresh paint on everything as we're going into assembly phase. Speaking of assembly phase, so the next thing we're going to do is get the triple trees back up in the frame so we can get the front end on there. I did go ahead and swap out the front tires. I just thought that this 110 series was a little wide. We weren't rubbing or anything like that, but it didn't give us a whole lot of room between the forks. So I decided to go with a 100 series, a little bit more narrow, and it's going to be just as fine. Same speed rating, same style, just a little bit thinner. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get the triple trees up into the frame and we can get back to work putting all of this bike back together. Let's do it. Have you ever had one of those days? Well, the last 2 days have been that for me. It seems like every time I get a little bit ahead, the phone rings or somebody stops by or somebody needs something. Oh man, it's just been a mess. Well, as you saw on the lathe over there, I realized that we were missing the dust cap that goes over the top bearing surface, keeps from dirt and everything coming in. So I said, hey, instead of jumping online and ordering a $30 part and waiting a few days for it to come in, I took a piece of 3/8 thick 3x3 aluminum square and put it over on the lathe, and I machined up this nice fancy little dust cover. Even threw a little polish on there to make it look nice and neat. So when we put it on top, it looks just like that. Keeps any extra dirt or dust from coming in there, so we can go ahead and get that triple tree installed. Now, $30 for that part. Take probably a couple days for it to get in. Instead, I machined it out with my time for fabrication and all of that mess. Yeah, that little $30 part turned into probably about a $125 part. But it didn't cost me a penny because it just cost me time. All right, well, I guess at that point we can go ahead, get the triple trees up into the neck, and then we can go ahead and move forward getting this front end onto this frame. So let's get back to work. Talk about another example of just fighting me the whole time, or me not paying attention. Yeah, should have put the clip-ons on before the top clamp, but such is life. I don't edit out any mistakes, so you live and you learn. But man, all of these little things are putting me behind for the day. I think the last thing we're going to do today is get the front wheel thrown up on there. And then we'll continue this video tomorrow with going towards the back, working on those shocks, getting the rear wheel on there also. So let's grab this wheel up. I got those finger tightened on there because per AHRMA regulation, all of your axle nuts need to be safety wired. So that means I got to drill out and safety wire and route all that stuff. But I think that's a good stopping point for today. And I really do like that front tire. It does give a little bit extra room up there and looks nice and tight. Everything's good to go. So we're gonna call it a night, and we'll catch you guys here in a second. All right, now it's time to get on to getting that back wheel mounted up onto the bike. I did take a little bit of time, got the rear shocks broken down. Wasn't too difficult to do. Just take your setting, preload setting, put it all the way at the bottom, and you can compress it, remove the clips, and remove the cups, and remove the springs. I got to clean up the springs a little bit. I did go ahead and throw this one shock up onto the wire wheel, got all of that paint knocked off, so we are ready to paint with this one. But I figured, why not just go ahead and show you guys before and the after when we hit it on the wire wheel. So let's get this camera set up, get this wire wheeled, and then we can get those shocks out back, get some fresh paint on them, and get the rear wheel up onto our AHRMA 1971 Formula 750 race bike. Let's get back to work. While those shocks are out back getting dry, I figure what we would do is go ahead, take a moment to make some rear wheel stand spacers that go on the bottom of the shocks right down here. So in order to do that, I had to dig out some stainless steel socket head bolts with the right threads. You want to use fine threads when it comes to shocks with lock nuts. You don't want anything to back out. And we got to safety wire everything too. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these bolts, and I am going to take this raw piece of aluminum that we have right here, throw it over onto the lathe, and make some of those spacers so that rear wheel stand, when it goes in, it hooks in to the diameter of those. So figured you guys might want to see a little bit of machining work going on. So let's grab the camera, let's get over on the lathe, and let's make this happen. All right, now that we got two of those all machined up, we brought in our shocks from outside, nice and black and shiny, ready to be reassembled. So we'll put those shocks together really quickly, and then we can start throwing them into the frame and get this thing back into a rolling chassis. So let's get these shocks put together. We got her back into a rolling chassis. Looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. Pretty stoked on it, but that rear wheel is gonna have to come off one more time because we're doing a speed O drive delete on it, and also have to put on the rear sprocket. So I think that's gonna wrap it up for today. Got a lot of work done, got her back into a really nice clean rolling chassis, and man, those shocks look great all cleaned up and painted, along with the whole frame, front wheel, everything good to go. So stoked on it. We're going to keep plugging away on this project, and no particular timeline to get it wrapped up, but if you guys know me, once I get started on something, I stay on it until it's done. There are no unfinished products or projects left around here. So with that, we're going to wrap it up today. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you are new around here, jump down and hit that subscribe button. If you really like the video, hit that thumbs up, turn those notifications on, and let everyone know what's going on right here at Weems Motor Co. Peace.